A lot of organizations are trying to reach that workforce efficiency. Do you see artificial intelligence playing in that area?
Yes. Yeah. So for us, the AI is really sorting into, I think, three subtypes. There is, robotic process automation types of AI that is automating our process. You can imagine that today, in many instances, given the way I described our clinical development process, that somebody uses a data set for a reason. Somebody else needs a portion of that data set for another reason. It's copied or put elsewhere or supports that analysis. It's, we're not all drinking from the same trough as we should be. But so there's opportunity to automate that. And yet, because of controls, because of restrictions around patient data and what we can know or not know about patients, because we work, for example, for multiple customers, and we have to make sure that their data around their IP is safe and secure and away from somebody else's, some of that architectural constraint is necessary. So, being able to automate there, or to process, automate natural language identification of key text, that's one whole category of AI that really matters to us. The second is that in order to be more cost effective and have greater impact with our people resource, we really need to leverage AI to do risk-based site management, risk-based study execution. And so that's a second type of AI that's showing up for us is really mattering. So risk profiling, that kind of pattern detection. And then the third place is the patient data itself. So we try to understand, why patients are responding. A subset of patients are responding more robustly to one therapy than another. And so that kind of, outcomes pattern recognition, maybe trying to understand whether there are attributes around the responder population that aren't obvious to our human brain, as reasons why they might have a better outcome on a given therapy than another.
We definitely see AI for several of the reasons you mentioned. Some are definitely on the automation scale. Just in our last couple of minutes, can you maybe highlight some of the challenges that you see that need to be overcome to establishing a workforce readiness program within an organization?
It's really, I think the biggest challenge we're experiencing right now is a shared appreciation for the time that we have to address it. So I think if you're in the trench with the data, if you're running the proofs of concept work on the AI, you feel like it's here, right? And you have a much more profound sense of urgency around the traditional workforce. When you see teams struggling, people who have been in their roles for 5, 10, 20 years, and they're needing to work in a new operating model and they're not ready, and it's causing friction on the team and it's causing delivery issues, you have a different sense of urgency than if you're in HR or in a different part of the business and you're 80% of what you're doing, 90% is still what you were doing last year.
Yep.
And you're just head down focusing on getting that work done, and responding to your other business priorities. It really is making sort of the organization around the activities difficult. And think about, with workforce readiness, think about the things we have to touch. It's skills profiles. It's changing our talent acquisition. It's understanding how we're going to bridge people who are interested in acquiring these new skills that exist in our workforce today. How are we going to help them acquire them? How are we going to measure the impact? And how do we make all those investments in a way that's well-timed to the rate of adoption? Because, we also can't afford to get way out ahead and be misaligned from a cost revenue basis. None of us can, right?